So Miriam, remind me, where are you from?
Well, I'm originally Iranian, but I currently live in United States. So I'm PhD student.
So I take it you're on the East Coast.
No, I'm in Midwest. I'm in the Kansas state.
Okay, so that's still pretty early in the morning.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I figured you wouldn't be on the Pacific Coast because it would be, well, 7 in the morning.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
All right, well, welcome to class. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's see, who else do we have here? Oh, well, hello, V. Welcome.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. What's the weather like where you are?
It's a little cloudy, but still very hot.
Now, help me understand, what is hot to you?
Maybe near 40 degrees.
Yeah, see, that's not hot where I'm from. That's oppressive.
No, but the degree is 7 in Celsius, 40 degrees Celsius. Super hot, I think.
I don't know. That's very hot. Here it's only 75 degrees, but it's very humid, and it's going up to 84 today.
84
Fahrenheit.
degree F. F.
Yes. Oh my
Ah.
goodness. Look at this. We got a full class in a matter of 2 minutes. Spectacular. Well, V, welcome. I'm just going to go around and say hello to everybody. Hello, Wellington. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
After yesterday, I'm relaxing.
Good.
Are you ready for today's class?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. All right, and we have Raphael too. Hello, Raphael.
Hello, Simon.
Did you have a good night's rest?
Not so much. I'm a little cold, but I'm hanging out.
A little cold. You have a
Yeah,
cold or you're cold?
I have a cold.
Oh, that's no good. That's no good. Well, it is
Definitely.
winter,
Yes.
so I hope you get over it soon. Although, I'll make a recommendation. Let me get up. I want to show you guys something. Since I started taking this, I haven't received any colds. Now, you've all heard of vitamin C, but it never seemed to make a difference. This one here, I started taking last year. I went in for surgery, and they said, you know, if you get sick or anything, if you're not well, let us know. And I started getting a cold, and it wasn't a good one. I took one of those. A day and a half later, it was gone. This winter, I've been taking them, didn't get a cold. So, Ester C. Yeah, that's a spelling. Incredible stuff. It's not cheap, but nobody likes a cold.
Interesting.
Okay. Natasha, good morning or afternoon.
It's maybe afternoon. Hello, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. We're going to get started shortly. How was your week?
I think that I have had a nice week because I did all my deal that I planning, and the weather is it was not hot, but it's not cold. Yeah, I suppose it's nice for us.
Excellent. Well, we'll have some fun today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Good morning, David.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's the weekend.
It's the weekend, yay!
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
I started the weekend yesterday.
Well,
I
my
went out with
weekend started yesterday, but I spent the entire day with my wife and young child shopping. Work would have been more
wank,
pleasurable.
wow.
Wow, getting my chops busted by David. Well, David, welcome to class.
Thank you.
And Keiko, good morning, Keiko. Okay, maybe he hasn't got his microphone set up. Amp, good morning.
Hi, teacher. Good morning.
How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Excellent. As you can see, I've got my my laptop back because
Yeah,
everything
the
is
sound is
crystal.
different. Yeah,
It's better.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was amazing. The repair bill was $600, but Apple said don't worry about it.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh. It
two
was
years. No, it was
guarantee?
no, it was 2 years out of warranty.
Mm. Ah,
And
you
just
were lucky.
well, I'm very lucky. They said to me, well, since you were in here 2 months ago and we didn't catch this, we're going to just cover this. And I thought, like, yeah, that's unbelievable. So I feel a whole lot better about Apple stuff now, and I guess I'm advertising on the web a little bit about Apple. But
For free.
at least you guys can hear me better now.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. Adela, good morning. Good afternoon, I should say.
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you? Did you have a good night's sleep?
Yes, it's a good day today, relaxing day.
Excellent. Well, Adela, I thought I'd start with you this time. As you can see, I've shared out an image. And for those of you that are new to my class, I'll give you each a minute to describe I'll give you each, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll give you each a minute to describe it, because if I do 2 minutes, then it'll take a long time before you get your next turn. So we'll go ahead with a minute each. I'm just setting my timer here. Okay, so what I want you to do is, it's not necessarily describe what you see this class. I want you to look at the image, and I want you to describe something it reminds you of. Okay? So what
Okay.
does this image make you think about? What does it remind you of? Adele, go ahead.
This image remain my childhood moment because it's a raw full of children to watching a movie with the normal, the popcorn, Coke, etc. They enjoy a lot because they have a smile, the first child, and the others more or less are serious, but they are very concentrated on the movie. Maybe it's very interesting. I remember this a moment when I went with friends to the
Thank you.
theater.
All right, and again, for those of you new to my class, when you hear that sound, that means your time is up. If you could just kindly stop talking, and then we'll go on to the next student. That way, everyone gets a fair amount of time. Thank you, Adela. Let me hear you say the word reminds.
Yeah, no remember, reminds.
Full.
Fall,
Full.
fall,
Full.
fall.
Okay, we'll probably need to work on that a little bit. I should probably set up a pronunciation class. It's the U. It's like if you say full.
Fall.
It's like a short O almost.
Fall.
Children.
Children.
Excellent. All right, we're off to AMP now, and AMP, I'm going to get you a slightly different image. Look at this. Balls. Lots of them.
There is a little boy that is just enjoying in the middle of a sea of the colorful balls. Generally, you can find this kind of game or played in a playground or just in the fast food chain. Generally, they enjoy there instead of eating something. They just spend more time inside the games. Meanwhile, the parents are eating junk food. Yes, the guy is the little boy is just inside the balls, and you can barely see him, but he is smiling, and probably their parents his parents took the picture.
Thank you. How do you know that isn't one ball that looks like a child's head?
His child head.
So very good. I like the way you described it. It's essentially a sea of colorful balls. It's in a way an idiom because there's no such thing as a sea of colorful balls, but it's a way of describing a vastness. So there's so many balls here, it's like a sea. Very good. Thank you. All right, Keiko, is your microphone working now?
Yes, teacher. Hi.
Excellent. Good morning.
Good morning, teacher. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. Sorry you missed the introduction, but I'm going to give you a minute to describe something that this image makes you think about. So when you look at this image, what do you think about? What does it remind you of, or what would you like to do? Go ahead, please. You've got 1 minute.
It reminds me cinema. I see pieces of equipment used to in the production of movies. I see a plate to signalize when the scene to get started and to be cut. On it, I can see on it an image of a green apple, a green big apple. Behind it, I can see a film with rectangles.
Thank you, Keiko. Sorry,
Okay,
I had
teacher.
myself on mute, so when it went off, you didn't hear me, you didn't hear that, so my apologies. Sometimes I get noise and there was somebody outside making noise. All right, so a couple of words I'd like to hear you say. Could you say the word image for me?
Image.
Image, good. Cinema.
Cinema.
Apple.
Apple.
Behind.
Behind.
Good, much better, excellent. So I'm just trying to reinforce some of those consonant sounds. Okay, well done. All right, David, you're up
Okay,
next. Let me
thank
get your
you.
photo, and in the meantime, Miriam, you can go ahead and type your question. Okay.
Actually,
Sorry, Miriam, just give me a second. You're right up after David, so just give me a minute. David, if you could describe this image, please.
Describe. Okay.
Or, sorry, you could describe the image, or you can describe what it makes you think or remember. You know, think of it as a memory cue.
Okay. Well, in this image we have 3 guys. They are all dressed up. I'm guessing they're going to prom or maybe to a very important event. They are all wearing bow ties and they're not look very happy. Behind them we have a picture of a woman also dressed up, and I'm guessing they are going to an event that they are forced to go to. And that reminds me of many activities that I was supposed to go to, but I didn't want to, but I have to do it because it's part of life. I'm not very social. I don't want to be in places like big weddings or big parties. I like more like small parties.
Okay, good. Now, I couldn't find a lot of fault. Just like AMP, your English is very, very good. But I noticed with this word here, let me hear you say that word again.
Wearing.
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 Yeah, it's good. Now, I think with your pronunciation, you might need a little bit of fine-tuning, but you know, it's very good. I think you can go almost anywhere in the world and people will understand you. The only thing I recommend is don't go too fast.
Okay.
And even with us native English speakers, so if I start talking really fast like this a lot and I keep doing this, you guys are going to get a headache. People in my own country will get a headache. For advanced speakers, I think it's very important for you to learn control. You'll notice most of the times when I'm teaching, I don't speak fast. I add pauses and I add emphasis in certain places. So Amp and David, what I really recommend is you guys start playing around with emphasis and pauses and find that right speed. When you're with your friends, it doesn't matter, you can talk fast. But when you're with strangers, most of the times you're communicating. And it's important to get your message across. And those are advanced techniques that are very important.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Miriam, I'm going to have to look this up because I'm not in the film industry. I don't know what that is. I know what it's used for. But give me a few minutes and I'll let you know what that is. But for your turn, yeah, let's leave it here. Now again, you don't have to describe literally what you see. What I'm looking for is a descriptive 1 minute. You can either describe exactly what you see or describe a memory of this or something it reminds you of, okay?
This is my turn?
Yes, this is your turn. You've got 1 minute. Go ahead, please.
All right. The Hollywood Hills is located in Los Angeles. I've been in Las Vegas, and then I got a chance to visit the Los Angeles once in my time since I'm in United States. So, on the other hand, is the main place for making movies, and movie industries are located in Los Angeles and Hollywood Hills, and Beverly Hills are the where all the majority of the artists and then actors lives in Hollywood Hills. I think I'm done, or I keep it up.
You can keep going until you hear the chimes.
Oh, I see. So there are a variety of the movies that these Hollywood's comes from Hollywood, so I think that's
It's good, thank you. Remind me, where do you come from? What country?
I'm originally from Iran, but I currently live in United States.
That's right, you were saying that you're in the Midwest, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, so what I noticed, it's not any one particular word, but I noticed words that had the TH sound, such as this word here, or this word.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go off share for a second so you can see my lips. Now, it's actually a very easy sound to produce, but if you don't do it, it's difficult. You just have to, it's like working out, you just have to practice and do it daily. So the key difference between saying these and these is your tongue. It must come between your teeth, like this, and it serves one purpose and one purpose only. It blocks air. So you bring your teeth together with your tongue blocking the air. You're not biting your tongue. You're not, trying to give yourself a brain embolism. But hear the difference between the correct way and the incorrect way, and watch my lips and what I do. These, 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 these. Even when I go fast, my tongue comes right up and blocks the air. It might not come all the way out like this, but it blocks the air, and that's what allows you to say these. Can you give it a try for me, please?
These.
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 Now you're still, you got to put your tongue right in front like this.
These. These. These.
Better. You notice the difference?
I don't know. I try my best, but you know, sometimes it's difficult to manage a structure and then concentrate on a pronunciation and everything at the
No,
same time.
you are so correct, and that's not the purpose of today's class. It's just one of the value adds that I give you is a bit of a feedback. But the focus here is really to speak. It's not on pronunciation, but it's just something you can work on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Natasha.
Yes, I'm here.
You've got 1 minute to describe this lovely picture.
Okay. This colorful picture is imagine me something very big and beautiful city. I don't know. It's maybe something Western city, maybe even Paris or something city in the United States. But it's definitely is not Moscow, where I have been a lot of time. On the front of this picture, we can see a big colorful sphere with a shimmering different colors. Behind this construction, we can see multi-stories building. It's maybe a building where living a lot of people. I mean, them where they have big apartments.
Okay,
Okay?
very good.
Mhm.
All right, a couple of things here. Let me hear you say the word definitely.
Definitely.
Okay, good. Now, this is just vocabulary here. You said the front of the image. Generally, we would say foreground.
Okay. Mhm.
And then, of course, background is in the back of the image. So foreground is in the front.
Mhm.
Background is in the back. And let me hear you say the word with.
With.
With. Very good.
Mhm. Thank you.
Excellent. All right, next we have Raphael, sir. Are you ready?
Okay.
Oh, you don't like your image, do you?
No, that's okay. I see a chess table.
Well, keep in mind, before you just... I'm going to challenge you because you're also an advanced speaker here, Raphael. Don't describe what you see. Describe a memory that this reminds you of. What comes to mind? First thing that comes to your mind when you see this image. Go ahead, please.
Well, it reminds me that I don't know how to play chess. It's something I would like to learn in my life, but unfortunately I don't have time to do this. And not even patient because I don't know I'm not kind of a patient person to learn things like this. I don't know, maybe sometimes it's a kind of ability I need to develop. It reminds me. It also reminds me to get focused when what am I doing and to raise my concentration level and to trying to narrow my thoughts when I trying to learn something. So that's perhaps this is one of the key roles to be a good chess player. And this is yes, that's I have to say for the speaking.
Wow, I've never had a student end exactly when their time ends. That's wonderful. All right, I've wrote down a couple of things here. Let me hear you say that phrase, the first one.
Which phrase?
So I put it in group chat.
Definitely.
Oh, that
No,
the
no,
one
no,
just
no.
below that. Here, let me paste it again.
Things like this.
Okay,
Develop.
a little slower. Try it again.
Things like this.
Things like this.
Develop.
Develop.
Develop. To get focused. Concentration.
Good. Better. You, as I've told you before, and I think a lot of people will recognize, you're an advanced speaker, but be careful with your speed. When you go faster, you tend to soften your consonants more than you should. A lot of Westerners will do this too, but it's also a fault. The faster you go, the less control you have over your words. Okay? For casual speaking, it's not such a big problem. For professional speaking, you do want to keep it a little slower. But well done, Raphael, well done.
Thank you.
All right, next we have V. And V, could you tell me what comes to mind when you see this image? What does it make you think about?
Yeah, oh, it's really weird to me because I'm in another culture. So these guys, they're like doing something to entertain the the audience. And I remember it reminds me of some movies when I watched when I was younger. Though those are like science, I'm not sure, science movies which contains some characters from another planet because they dressed up in a very weird way. But I think it is just like they are in a prom or a party and they want to dress that way to make them outstanding in front of other people.
Thank you. Right, so something very different culturally, right? Do you know what they call this group of men that are in blue?
I don't know.
The blue
I have
men
no
group.
idea. The blue man. Is that like a band, a boy band?
There might be, I don't know. I just know that these guys don't talk and just make a lot of noise.
Oh, so they make the noises from their something to hit the drum. So how can we call that?
Well, think of it this way. They make noises the way children make noises, with everything they can get their hands on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, Miriam?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I've lost... Oh, no, sorry. Miriam, I want to talk to you a little bit later, too, but thank you very much, V. I'm losing my mind here. I've got so many things in my mind this morning. So we're next to Wellington. Yes, Cirque du Soleil, I'd agree. Wellington!
Yes. So,
No, I'm changing the image. I want you to have this one here. You're all about fun. Are you ready?
okay, yes. So, that's this image remind me my childhood because I watch a lot of cartoons on TV, and today sometimes I do this to improve my English. When I am tired and I want something light, sometimes I watch cartoons on TV in English, and it's a good way to improve and rest because there are cartoons that give us a good message.
Sorry, guys. My apologies. The problem with using my phone as my timer, it means that people can call every now and then.
Okay.
And my wife should know better, but I was polite and didn't answer the call because I'm in class with you guys, but I also sent her a message at the same time. My apologies. Wellington, a couple of things. TH sound.
Yeah.
Come on, my friend. You can do better than that.
And this.
Yeah.
This.
So work on that a little bit. But let me hear you say the first word I typed.
Childhood.
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 Much better. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, that's our first real round. Now, we've got half an hour left. Actually, we've got, excuse me, I have to leave at about 55:54 because, or sorry, 55:56. I have a private lesson and I need enough time to get to that lesson. I already just got my reminder. So let's see, I'm going to go with a minute again because with a full class, if I go 2 minutes, it's too long of a wait. But I'm going to change the types of images I have. And let's see here. Yeah, let's try this. Want you to, so again, we're looking at images here, and most of these are going to be focused on dwellings where we live. I want you to describe the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay? Don't describe literally what you see, describe what comes to your mind. So we're going back to Adela, and Adela, you have 1 minute. Go ahead, please.
This is a big house, maybe a mansion. It's a big place with grass, very green, and trees. I think it's a place to live a big family with a lot of children that can run on the grass and play and enjoy, and maybe to do a barbecue on the weekend. It's a classic style. It's not a modern, but not very old, and I think it's very clean, very conserved, because people live here.
Thank you. Come on, you know better. We have to stop at that when you hear the chimes. Okay, a couple of things. Let me hear you say big house.
Big house.
Big house.
Big house.
Good. Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Clean.
Clean.
Okay, good. Much better. By the way, vocabulary alert. Barbecue is very common in Canada and parts of the U.S. Most of the U.S., though, uses the term grill.
Grill. Okay.
Yeah, and it
Yes,
refers
in
to the
Spain.
same outdoor barbecue machine.
Yes. I
All right.
know.
Excellent. Amp. This beautiful house. First thing that comes to your mind, please describe it for me, please.
Well, this must be a house that is abandoned in the middle of in a village. It's just an old house, and that probably they didn't have the money to take care of them, or just they moved to another place, and they prepared to abandon the house instead of pay taxes for having this house. And it's surrounded by forests, woods, and all the house is made of wood, and it has been a nice place probably when it was new, but nowadays it's just pieces of wood there, and the probably is the only thing that remains good.
Thank you. All right. Must be.
Must be.
Good. Abandoned.
Abandoned.
Village.
Village.
Okay, perfect. However, I noticed for the first time, Anne, I don't know if you're a little tired today, but I noticed a relaxing on the consonant sounds.
Okay.
Which you are normally just perfect with. So don't slack. Your speed at which you spoke was perfect, though.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we're going to look at Keiko's house now. Keiko, first thing that comes to mind when you see this structure. What are you thinking? Keiko?
I see a big house under a blue sky. It was built in the late later 1900s. It belonged to a lord of the town. It was a character, one of the most important people of the city, and he built it with stones, glass windows.
Thank you.
Roof.
Keiko.
Beautiful roof.
All right. Let me hear you say the word house.
House.
Late 1900s.
Late 1900s.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher.
Next, we're going to take a look at David's picture here. David, what comes to mind when you first see this image? What does it remind you of?
This house reminds me of many things. I think the first thing is my childhood. It reminds me of the time when I was a kid and I was able to go to a tree house and spend time with my family and my friends. Reminds me of the time when I was also feeling sad, and this treehouse was the best place to go to so I can find some comfort. It also reminds me of the good times by the river. Reminds me of the time when my neighbors and I, we used to go to the river and we will swim and we will have fun and we will go to the orchards and get some mangoes and just I had a blast. So I'm kind of nostalgic about that. I wish I could go back in time.
Thank you. Very well done, by the way, but let me hear you say these two words.
What words?
The two words that I just...
Oh, this.
Okay, very good. I wasn't sure if you were slipping, but no, you nailed it. Very well done. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
All right, Miriam, are you ready?
Yes.
So this is your image. What comes to mind when you see this picture? What does it remind you of?
Oh, well, I think this is this kind of architecture was popular sometimes around the 90 to 1950. So during that period, architecture changed form into the kind of, it's more about the architecture as a symbolist vocabulary, and then on that time majority of the trend was like design have to show what's going on inside and outside the house. But on the other hand, it could be in a casual, point of view. It could be kind of dedication of the owner's mind or interest to the dog, or maybe the owners got too many dogs, or in favor of the anything related to the dogs. But I think the way that the architect on that. All right.
No, thank you. I wish I could just give you more time. I'm sure the other students agree. Very beautiful, better than the image. And look, there's more than one dog here. There's the dog house, and then there's another dog over here.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Let me hear you say a couple of things. That first word, please.
Architecture.
Architecture.
Vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Inside and outside of the house.
Okay, repeat after me though. Vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
And the sentence, inside and outside of the house.
Inside and outside of the house.
Okay, good. You have an accent, for sure.
Yes,
but
unfortunately.
It's still easy to understand what you're saying. However, what I want to try and, if I can give you one bit of advice, I would suggest working on flow a little bit. Okay, don't worry about your accent. Listen to how I say it. Inside and outside of the house.
Inside and outside of the house.
Good, it's that flow. Inside, outside of the house.
I see.
Okay.
Inside and outside of the house.
Good, good. And guys, trust me on this. Having an accent is a good thing. It shows that you're different. And when I was younger and I traveled the world, I had dialects. I didn't have accents because I was always the language they were speaking was English, the same as mine. But because I came from a different country, it was a dialect. It was different. So when I went to England, they go, "Oh, you're Australian." When I came to Canada, "Oh, you're British." And when to the US, "Oh, you're Canadian." It sets you apart. It makes you different. And anything that makes you different intrigues or interests people. So don't fret about your accent. You just want to concentrate on clarity. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. And next, let's see this image here. All right. Natasha. Oops.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna give you something else to look at. This one here. When you see this image, what comes to mind? What are you thinking?
Okay, I'll try. But I'm sorry, but I have never seen now.
First of all, let me reset your timer.
Yeah, I see only you.
Yeah, see, if you were completely, you could have just gone and described me, and I would have gone like, well, that's not what you see. There we go.
Wow, it's so funny. I don't know. It's something. It's animal. It's a baby of hedgehog, maybe. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, it was my dream to found such animals and to take it my hand, because I think that they are very, very kind and they are so beautiful. I think that it's that their limbs are like the human legs and maybe even hands, but at the same time we see that they are need our attention and even our help sometimes. And yes, an animal. And when my elder daughter was a child, we looking at these animals.
Thank you. All right. Well, let me hear. Yeah, hedgehogs are beautiful. Let me hear you say help and attention.
Help, attention.
Adorable.
Adorable.
All right. Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Over to Raphael. Let's see what I can come up with for you. Kung Fu Cat. Yeah, I'm going to let you do Kung Fu Cat. So when you see this image, what are you thinking, Raphael? What comes to mind?
It doesn't seem they are fighting. It seems they are trying to hug each other. Maybe they haven't seen each other for a long time. And it's a very picturesque picture. And well, I'm not such a big fan of cats, but they sound little. They are very beautiful. They are, how can I say? So cute. Maybe they're trying to do something, some performance and something like some acrobatic performance. I don't know. And yes, that's some sort of acrobatic performance. I don't have anything else to add.
You're at a loss for words, which is rare. Well, very well done. So everybody, as we just learned here today, This is what we know as a Brazilian hug. So if somebody comes at you jumping, flying through the air like this, they must be from Brazil and they want to give you a hug.
Exactly.
Thank you, Raphael.
Man does this way.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, I'm just saying. I'm not. It's quote from Raphael. I didn't say it. All right. Let's see. Who's next? V. Let's give you something a little cuter. All right. V. What's going on here? What does this make you think of when you see this image?
When I looked at this picture, I think about my childhood as well because there are so many naughty games I used to play, and this is also one of those. The cute dogs are wearing stuck on a string. It is like we are drying our clothes, but I don't think that somebody um, is doing something bad to those dogs because maybe they just want to play some cute game for them. And I really like the baby dog in the left side, the second one, because his face is really cute, and I really want to give him a hug and a kiss.
Thank you. All right. Just a couple of things. Naughty games. There's nothing wrong with that, but you could also say childhood pranks. Okay. So a baby dog, we refer to that as a puppy.
Yeah. I know that word, but when I taught, I forgot.
I know, I know.
Puppy.
All right. Wellington, have you seen this image before?
No.
This is what we call chicken McNuggets for cats.
Yeah.
All right. So I could tell you what I'm thinking. Actually, before I give you a chance, I'm going to describe what I'm thinking right here, and then, because I haven't done as much talking, so here we go. So we see in this image here, we see a cat and two baby ducks. I can't help but looking at this and thinking of some tasty, tasty chicken and duck. I haven't had duck in a long time, and I love duck. We have a large Chinese community close by, and to the Chinese, duck is almost as popular as chicken is to us Western folk. They just love duck, and you know, a nice Peking duck, or you can tell it's getting close to lunch here because I see this cute and adorable image, and all I can think of is food. But really, it kind of reminds me of one of those childhood images where dogs, cats, all animals get along together just like they would in a cartoon. So that's kind of what I think of when I look at that image. All right, so Wellington, let's see what I can come up with for you. Oh, this is perfect. Perfect. So Wellington, when you see this image, what comes to mind?
A great actor, and the possibility to change to personalize different characters, people, and I remind me art, and so different histories. This kind of person can bring us different emotions. We can smile, we can disgusting. So when this actor he can personalize everything.
Thank you, Wellington. Okay, so I have 3 words here. Could you say them for me? Could you say those 3 words, please?
Oh yes. Histories, histories, hotel, hamburger.
Hamburger. Okay, so what I'm just trying to do is get you to practice the H sound a little bit. So, and for any of you who have trouble with the H, it's like the beginning of a laugh. Ha, ho, hu. It's that same puff of air coming right from your lungs. Histories, hotel, hamburger. That's all. All right, so I want to talk a little bit. We don't have much time left. So why do I do this class? Is it just because I'm lazy and I don't want to do any teaching and I just want to have you guys describe images? No. The reason I do this class is I want to get you to focus on being more descriptive when you look at things. And quite often, the things that we describe the best are the things we're most excited about, which is why I wanted to get you guys to describe something you remembered. So yes, I can show you this picture of a famous actor, and something will automatically come to mind because of his mad scientist style hair, his crazy evil, or I don't know, the look on his face. It's unique. How could you not describe his eyes and his eyebrows, his teeth? It's just his quirks, yeah. So I do help you with a bit of pronunciation and vocabulary, but really this class is all about using as many words as you can describe this actor. This actor's unkempt hair and unshaven face. Well, there's more there to describe, right? Imagine you're blind and try to provide more detail. Okay? With all my classes, the focus is on conversation. I try to get you guys to speak as much as I possibly can. And so that's what describe what you see is all about. It's about the focus is on conversation by using adjectives to provide more detail. The more detail, the less people ask questions of you. Tomorrow morning at the same time, the class is about conversation, which means you can talk about absolutely anything you want. Sometimes a student starts a conversation and others continue that conversation. Now on Monday, unfortunately for my friends in Europe, it's a little late. But I at least recommend you watching it or recording it. Sorry, not recording it. Watching the class later because it's recorded. It's about project management. It's structured very similar to a conversation class, but I have maybe 10 or 15 minutes of talk time. It's to introduce business vocabulary. Again, conversation-based, to get you guys practicing the vocabulary. And as important, you're learning about project management. So if you look at all my classes, you're going to see there's a lot to do with conversation. I know you guys generally know grammar quite well. I'm not here to help you with grammar or writing. I'm here to help you get more talk time. Now, we got a couple of minutes left, so I want to just open up to any questions that you guys have regarding this class or what we've looked at. Does anybody have any questions?
I have a comment to make. Can I?
Sure, David.
Sure. I like the class, the format of the class, because they give us time for us to talk. However, is it possible also to add something? Like, for example, if we are describing a picture, can you give us some gambits? Like things that we can say when we're describing the picture. For example, things like, in this picture, as I see in this picture, it seems to me that in this picture this is happening. You know, little things that we can make it more natural.
So setup.
Say it again?
Provide some setup.
Setup. I call it like gambits. Gambits things. You don't say anything. It's just the introduction of things.
Okay.
That would be nice. Thank you.
I could
but overall, was very good.
All right, good. Any other comments or feedback? This is also an opportunity to talk some more.
I think that the way that we are developing, it's okay, because if you everyone have different points of view at the same picture. Maybe you are focused on what that means for you, what this image create an idea for you, or just describing the things that you are seeing. So there are many different aspects that you can say about the same picture. Even if we have the same picture, you are going to have different things to describe.
And maybe what I can do for one class is, and this is a good idea here, I just thought of it based on your comment, I'll get some of the world's better known and lesser known paintings, and I'll have you guys describe it. So I'll have Adela start, and then I'll use the same painting. I'll say, okay, Amp, you describe it now. Okay, Cake Out, you describe it. So we can look at art and we can get more creative. We can discuss the emotional side of it. Okay?
Actually, I have a question. Can I ask a question?
You just did. Do you want to ask another question?
I just, I'm wondering, you mentioned to one of those pictures, sea of colorful balls.
Yes.
Is that possible to say pool of colorful balls?
Well, if I like sea better, because if you say a pool of colorful balls, then you actually think it's a pool filled with colorful balls. Or pooled means to bring together, if you pool things together. So if you have a lot, then sea sounds better, because sea is so much bigger.
I see.
So you could say pool, but no, it's kind of like a piece of cake. You could say a piece of pie, but it doesn't work the same way.
I see.
All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, I apologize. I have to leave about 3 minutes early because, as you know, it's very important to start classes on time and to start private sessions on time. So I need a few minutes, to get things set up and make a quick washroom break. Thank you so much for coming. Again, if you didn't have time to provide a comment, you want to provide feedback, use the feedback mechanism at the end of class. I'm always looking at that. Thank you very much, guys, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
teacher. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, Simon. Thank you. Bye, guys.